because we got some shit to talk about. We got a
yeah.
Florida man with a bulldozer. We got some shit about fights. We got some other shit about Dan Bilzerian. He's a fucking crook. We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Crack a motherfucking can.
Fuck.
Fuck you.
Fuck. You know, I don't like that, bro. That's rude.
You don't like that.
I don't like that. That's not nice. This guy's not nice.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, motherfuckers.
Crack a Can, the most random entertainment news podcast
on the internet.
You fucking know it.
We hope you do, at least.
I guess let's get right into it. We got 2 different beers to try today.
Although they look quite similar.
Yeah, the labels are pretty similar colors, but they're different.
Okay. When you were holding them before, they looked exactly
but different.
It's like
I don't know that trend really, but
I don't know what the fuck
I've heard it.
What did you got? I know we haven't cracked them yet, but
I got a New England IPA.
New England, all right.
Fat Orange Cat. I like on the side it says "Write drunk, edit sober."
That's perfect for us. Edit sober.
That happens a lot with this episode, so let's get right into it. You know what we do on this. Grab a can and make sure to crack it.
We hope you crack it.
I got liquids.
Oh my good lord. All over the microphone. And so I am also drinking a Collective Arts Fest Pineapple Vanilla IPA.
I don't like the sound of that.
I don't either, but I went for it. So we're going to hope for the best. So have you tried yours yet?
No, I have not.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. I don't like mine.
You don't?
Nope.
You'll probably like this one.
I doubt it.
What's yours? No, that one's nice.
Interesting.
I'll trade with you if you want.
No, you don't want that.
I don't mind it.
You don't mind it?
No, it's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible.
But isn't this great?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, take it.
No, have at it,
no,
bro.
Take it back.
It's okay.
I don't want to do that to you. No.
No, it's all right.
You're how nice this guy is. Fushi, you're a doll.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're arguing in front of the crowd.
Fuck
terrible,
the crowd.
Terrible move.
Nah, I love you guys.
Yeah, that's facts. Except the British fans.
Yo, we were looking at our demographics. Shout out New Jersey. We see you guys out in North Bergen.
Yeah, North Bergen.
Shout out North Bergen.
Obviously our own hometown.
Shout out Sukkasuna.
Sukkasuna.
I don't know. I think I pronounced that correct.
So, I think, yeah, it was Sukkasuna. That's right. Yeah, that was interesting to see. I was surprised by that.
Bangladesh still out here.
Bangladesh is fucking taking care of us.
Yeah.
Ireland comes in. What's Ireland? That's like 14% or something.
No,
like
it's 2.
It's 2? I thought it was
2.
Get the fuck out of here.
You get the fuck out of here.
I will get the fuck out of here. 14%. You know what, Ireland? Get up to 14%, motherfuckers. We got some crazy, pro-Irish things that we got going on.
Who was the new one?
Who's the new what?
The new country that was on there.
Ooh.
What was it, UK?
Oh, no, it was the UK. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to UK. Yeah.
No, I just did when I told him to go fuck himself.
You said Scotland?
No, Scotland's the one we want.
Yeah.
Scotland's my shit. I know they're counted in that.
I didn't even know they were part of the UK.
Yeah.
To be honest, I had no idea.
It's England, Wales, or one of the Irelands, because there's 2 Irelands. And I think Scotland. I don't know if I said that already. But, yeah, so they fucking are getting into our shit finally. And that's interesting because, I feel
we
like
out here, we global.
We are. We're getting there, dude.
15 different states in the United States.
15. Wherever the hell Bangladesh is impressive to me, if you ask me.
We're very grateful for all this.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out you guys. And to pat ourselves on the back for 1 year of this fucking shit. As of 2 days ago, we're recording this on the 28th. On the 26th, it was 1 year to date since our first episode.
Right. That's crazy, dude.
We've been at this for 1 year.
And
it's been fucking dope.
The silly thing is, like, looking back on it, I remember being like, if we could just make it past the 7-episode fucking cusp, you know what I mean? Because I don't remember the exact statistic you presented, but it was like 90% of podcasts will stop before the 7th episode.
Yeah, they'll fail by the 7th episode or after the 7th episode.
And we've tripled that plus, which is really cool, you know.
Yeah, I think this is episode number 30.
This is 30. That's right.
Episode 30.
Up. We deserve several pats on the back, but that's besides the point. We got some interesting things to talk about today. And
I think only a couple of weeks ago I hit 1,000 followers on LinkedIn too.
Ooh, that's true too. That worked out well too. So a year of work for 1,000 followers, that's not bad. That's something like 3 followers a day.
It should be better. Instagram's lacking though. Shout out well, not shout out. Make sure to follow us on Instagram before we even get into this shit, because we got some shit to talk about. We got a Florida man with a bulldozer. We got some shit about fights. We got some other shit about Dan Bilzerian. He's a fucking crook. We'll get into it. But
you mentioned fights, right?
Go follow us on Instagram first. And whatever fucking platform you're on, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe, whatever it is, the notifications button. Make sure you get notified when we post. We try to post every week. If we don't, it's because we don't want to put out the shitty content we recorded that Wednesday. Because we record every week. We try to post every week. So make sure to follow us on Instagram. It's cracka_can. CRACKA_can. And then Twitter is crack_can. I'm not spelling it out again. Just go fucking do it already. If you want my LinkedIn too, go and fucking find it your damn self. Fuck you. Into the shit, bro.
I'm just saying, if you can't spell crack a can, you should not be watching this podcast.
Yeah, I need to stop spelling it for these motherfuckers. Right? I mean, actually, I don't know. I'm not gonna.
Well, it's weird because we got like
they're listening to an audio. This is audio based for a reason.
That's true.
Right. You motherfuckers can't read.
They might think it's one word. Who knows? All right.
Well, and half our audience is not even from the U.S., so.
That's true. How good could their English be?
Yeah, so.
Watch, Bangladesh's national language is fucking English, and we just sound like assholes. They speak it even better than us.
Oh, there's such a good chance of that.
There's a very good probability of that. In which case...
Nah, they speak Bangladeshi.
Bangladeshi.
All right, I just lost some of our Bangladesh audience right now.
We love them. We're just expressing our support for them.
You guys are rock.
That's a fact. And we hope you enjoy our content. So, fucking, about this Florida man business. This is pretty funny for a variety of reasons, but...
He stole a bulldozer, apparently drunk.
I was about to say, which is far harder, I feel like. All right, so imagine
he must have been a construction worker.
I don't know. At some point, probably.
Yeah, you don't know how to fucking run those things.
Well, like half of the fucking... Maybe. I don't know. I've worked the lull with no problems, and I don't know fucking what this guy was driving, but...
A bulldozer.
Yeah, I know, but that's so inspecific. Was it a front-end loader?
That's true.
Was it a backhoe?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, those are fucking different pieces of heavy equipment. Right. That's technically a bulldozer by some people's standards. You know? Yeah.
So, and the one comment from one of the victims, I'll call them, they said he came on their yard and took two of their Biden signs, the 2 Biden signs that they owned.
Before he even had the bulldozer.
And then he came back and bulldozed their fence.
Hey, man. Did they write Biden on their fence?
In the process, he knocked down 1 speed limit sign as well as a couple more signs.
Fuck the signs. That's fucked up, bro. People are crazy, man. You give somebody, you never know who you're giving alcohol to. And, like, that shit can turn out very poorly. Especially if they know.
No, this turned out great.
Yeah, I think it's really funny, honestly.
Fuck Biden.
That too. I'm just saying that, like, you give a guy who knows how to who has motive to steal a fucking bulldozer alcohol. And it's just like, man, this is the outcome. Yo.
I hope these motherfuckers had Ring doorbells and, like, you could see him. Like, he's out there. Trump 2020.
We gotta make a video one day about the Killdozer. Actually,
the Killdozer? I've never heard of it.
I guess we could talk about it now. But so there was a guy, I forget his name and I forget what state he's from. I'll look it up while I'm talking about it. But basically the idea was that he got screwed over by his local state government. I forget what he did for a living, but I'll look it up right now.
Word. I'm gonna do something real quick while you do that.
Yeah. His name is... Oh, it just went away. Marvin I can't speak. Heemeyer. And basically he fucking got screwed over by his local government, his business, and he applied for like multiple I don't even know what you necessarily call them, but like pieces of relief. Like basically the driveway to his business, they built another business on. So no one could access his business. So he tried to have like an access road built, and they denied every fucking one of his permits for like 8 years. Okay, it was in South Dakota. Oh, no, that was where he was born. It was June 4th, 2004 in Granby, Colorado. It was city health ordinances who improperly dumped sewage onto his business. And 8 months later, he has secured a Komatsu D33055A bulldozer and added layers of steel and concrete to make armor, basically. And he mounted cameras to the outside of this fucking bulldozer and put monitors inside so he could see. And he drove through every major government establishment in his fucking town and destroyed every fucking, like, everything that wasn't like a residential.
No way.
Right. And didn't kill a single person in the process. That wasn't his, you know.
This is not marked as terrorist attack?
How have I never heard of this? Terrorism is defined as politically or all right, let me rephrase that. I apologize. Intimidation or killing because of political or religious reasons. So I guess technically, if you consider it a political reason,
this was just a vengeance.
It was vengeance because of politics.
Spiteful.
I feel like, in a sense, you know what I mean. And you know, not to say this was the right thing to do. I'm not fucking advocating for this, but he put
a lot of thought and effort into it, though.
So he went for like 10 hours rampaging across the fucking town, destroying everything he could in this makeshift vehicle, and eventually, sad ending, one of the tank treads broke off. Tank treads, I don't know if you call them that for a bulldozer, but the treads, you know what I mean? And so fucking he ended up shooting himself inside of there. And what's it called? It took the police like 20 hours, like almost a day long, to be able to finally get inside. Yeah, that's how, because like I said, he built it to where...
He built it around him?
Yeah, no, he built...
he was like, all right, the last piece, I'm hopping in and welding it.
That's exactly what he did. So
he had a welder inside of there with him when he was dead?
No.
No.
So what he did was...
Yo, Rob, can you weld the top? I'm in and I'm ready to rampage.
And also, make sure the batteries are charged. So he fucking... Jeez, I forgot. Oh, so he built the concrete and steel outer casing and had a lift that he used to... He had to sit on the bulldozer at the time, and then it was dropped over top of him. So it was an entire concrete and steel encasement over top of him that he fucking was in. So it took them... They were firing at him with like AR-15s and handguns for hours. Nothing was happening. He ended up getting stuck in one of the... I don't even remember exactly if one of the treads busted, but I know he got stuck. And I think it was because of that, because one of them busted. I don't know that for sure. But yeah, they basically know that he had to have somebody else fucking put the casing over top of him, because the way it was constructed, it took them like 20 hours. Otherwise, they would have had to lift I think it was like a 10-ton piece of steel and concrete. Fucking crazy. And so that leads us into Florida Man.
It doesn't lead us in. We talked about it, kind of.
We did?
I mean,
no, you're right.
I didn't talk about his statement, though.
Yeah.
So his statement He didn't wait for a lawyer or anything. He just goes, I was too drunk to remember anything.
That's unfucking forgivable. How to ruin your life by drinking in one easy step.
Like, don't say that.
It usually takes 20 years to do that. This guy did it in 3 nights.
3 nights.
Yeah, he probably got sentenced the next day.
No, he's probably not sentenced yet. Actually, I don't know. It's Florida, but in Jersey, I mean, like,
Well,
you're not doing court right away.
You know what's fucked up about Florida is they actually hold you until you're sentencing.
Oh, shit.
You're not allowed
Bye-bye,
out
guy.
of jail.
Oh, so they're probably holding people so long.
Oh, yeah. People get held like 3 months before they're found not guilty. You know?
I tell you what, I probably do not want to be in a Florida jail.
Probably not. A lot of
kooks.
people. Kook?
Good thing there's no bulldozers in there. At least I'd be safe from that guy.
What do you mean, bro? He punches holes in walls. Follow that guy. Help him lower his piece onto his bulldozer. That's the guy you want to be friends with. In prison.
That's Colorado.
That's true, I know. I'm just saying.
Shit.
But we got some fights to talk about, too.
Yeah, speaking of carnage.
Good looking out. So I guess we'll start with the main event of the most recent UFC card. I believe it was 254? 244 or something like that. I think it was 254, though. Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Justin Gaichi. I picked wrong on this one, guys.
Really?
Yeah, oh my god. Oh my god, I picked so wrong.
I obviously didn't watch, but...
Right. I watched after the fact.
We were Gaichi, right?
I was Team Gaichi.
Yeah, I remember agreeing on that.
I thought he had the perfect game plan, and... Alright, so I guess I'll start with this.
And didn't the other guy lose a family member recently?
His father and trainer.
Yeah.
Dude, he turned that into spiritual fury.
We didn't even think of that.
No, dude, I think I mentioned it where he could have told... Like, he could... I think I said this was like a make-or-break moment. He either could break, or he could use it as momentum.
That fueled that back. Oh.
Right. So this is a combination of things. Number one, I think Khabib...
shit rocked.
Oh my god, he got... So, most of the judges, I believe, said that he won the first round, but from what I saw of it, it didn't look that way to me, personally. But he made it into the second round before... what, are you done with this?
Yeah, drink it.
Oh my god, you're fucking me up here. I'm not even done with the other one.
Drink, bitch.
If you'd like some more of that, it's there. But he made it... So, it was a really good, like, exchange... A ton of exchanges in the first round where Justin was chopping the leg just like he said he would. He said, if I could get 4 solid leg kicks, I'll change Khabib. And he probably got like 5 or 6 in the first round. And he's known for heavy, devastating leg kicks. And Khabib felt them. You could tell he wasn't fucking comfortable with it. But he just kept coming forward. And Khabib showed a side of himself that nobody's ever seen. This dude stood with Justin Gaichi, in my opinion, the best stand-up fighter in the 155-pound division. Mm-hmm. And in my opinion, won. He won most of the exchanges with a guy who's known for being the most powerful and not necessarily the most technical, but one of the most technical when he actually tries to.
You said Gaethje's?
Yeah, for sure.
I'd agree.
And Khabib won those. I think he won those exchanges. Obviously, the judges disagreed with me, but it's fucking interesting, man. It wasn't what I expected. Justin Gaethje, instead of his usual style of being in your face, and I think I talked about this with the Costa Adesanya fight maybe not last podcast, but 1 or 2 ago or something like that. This dude's style is being in your face, right? Mm-hmm. He's so good at that. He's amazing. But now Justin Gaethje's just circling to avoid the takedown because Khabib's known for his amazing takedowns. And, man, you know, it sounds silly to certain people, but if you're not fighting the way you're accustomed to for the past 20 fucking, Justin's probably only been in it for 10 years, but if you don't fight the way you know how to fight,
yeah,
you're in bad shape. That's not what you want to do.
Yeah, you're fighting basically completely different than you normally would fight, so
Now,
it's not going to be your normal thing whatsoever.
Right. So you don't know how to react to certain situations the way you would while you were comfortable, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So Justin Gaethje's been fighting this way for 10 years, and he comes up with what's in a perfect world is the perfect game plan. You want to circle out of Khabib's takedowns, but that's not who Justin Gaethje is. You know what I mean? That's not how he fights.
Yeah, no.
That's not how he gets his proper stance and fucking, uses proper leverage.
Set up that way.
Right.
If he's just running away, he can't set up.
And if he does, it's going to be far less powerful than the way he's used to. Because he's had X amount of years to train for this as opposed to 3 months. You know what I mean? And so I think it was a combination of Khabib's heart full of fire and Justin's
and his notorious record.
He does. He went 29-0. No questions asked. The dude's all right. So I guess that's the next part to talk about. Khabib, after this fight, retired from the sport. He claimed that he wanted to get a perfect 30-0, but according to his all right. Let me just.
Oh, Gaethje's pissed.
No.
Oh,
dude, Gaichi got choked out in the second round. Right? To sleep. Khabib walked to the center of the cage and started crying because this is his biggest accomplishment in the world because, his father died and he finally, he's achieving his dreams and it's the last thing he'll ever do without his father because he retires immediately after this fight because he apparently had the discussion with his mother that she wanted him to not fight anymore without. His name was Abdul Manap Nurmagomedov, but his father. And so he retired. And he retired the greatest to ever do it, in my opinion. And I was never a huge Khabib fan. I always thought he was technically, as far as an MMA fight goes, almost invincible. You know what I mean? But he wasn't my favorite to watch ever. He came out against my favorite to watch and beat him in every realm that they went to, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
And then retired in such an honorable way.
So that was the part that fucked me up is that I'm like, man, now that I know he can fight like this, I want to see him fight everyone. And then he retired and I was like, oh my goodness, that's a tragedy. Twist. You know what I mean?
What a plot twist.
And it fucked me up because, now I actually care about, and he's one of the 2 or 3 biggest sports personalities on the planet to this day. I know he's the world's most popular Muslim athlete. Islam being the second most popular religion in the world.
Yeah, that's gotta be pretty cool.
For sure. And then we got in the co-main event, Robert Whittaker versus Jared Cannoneer, which I got to see a little bit less of this fight, but I am a huge Bobby Knuckles fan, and he may be my favorite fighter to watch. He might just be my favorite fighter, maybe even tied with Justin Gaethje, funny enough, as far as excitement in a fight. You know what I mean? They're just
entertaining.
So entertaining. And he fought a guy called Jared Cannoneer, which Israel Adesanya was calling out to be the next.
Shout out to Jareds out there.
Shout out to Jared. And Jared Cannoneer's an amazing fighter. No questions asked. No disrespect to him. I love Jared Cannoneer. They're 2 of the nicest guys in the world as well.
Us Jareds are savage.
That's a fact. But Bobby fucking pulled out. It was still a fight the whole time. When a fight's an ass whooping just outright, and when a fight's still kind of good, but still an ass whipping.
Yeah, when you're like, all right, this guy's dominating, but
he
threw a good punch.
It's never not competitive, but this guy's clearly winning. That was this fight, And Israel Adesanya called out Jared Cannoneer as the next title contender.
Quick pen click.
Quick on. I'm known for my quickens. And because he already beat Robert Whittaker, and in another pretty decisive fight, it was pretty clearly Israel's fight. But man, he's the number one contender again. He's supposed to fight Israel not this year, but within the next calendar year. Mark my words, I got Bobby Nux, baby. I love Israel. Robert Whittaker's got this next fight. He even said he knows all the adjustments to make, and that could be bullshit. You know what I mean? People have to sell their fights and all that.
Yeah.
But I think he's got it. He's just such a gritty, tough son of a bitch, and he knows all the ways to... He knows so many ways to fight that when he was fighting this purely stand-up guy, he got overconfident.
I feel like, they have to sell, like you were just saying, they have to sell their fights.
Right.
And a big part of, I feel like, why the UFC gets views is because of people making bets on it.
Oh, yeah.
So if people think about, like, say they saw that, right? And they're like it makes them want to gamble on it.
Sure.
Then they go and watch the fight because they have money on it.
Right.
Not only
Which
that,
online gambling is super cool. Sponsor us.
Yeah, I know. I would love an online gambling sponsor. That'd be fucking sick. We are 21 and up, and we do encourage this podcast to be mostly 21 and up. And our demographic is between the ages of 22 and 27. So, I mean,
mostly. We had be above 60.
Yeah,
which is interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like 50% of our demographic is between the ages of 21 and 35.
Right.
And then, like, it goes up from there. And I saw, 5% demographic and 60 plus?
Something like that.
Come on, give us the gambling sponsorship,
motherfuckers.
We'll support it. We don't support gambling addictions.
No, not addictions. We'll even get you a hotline for that at some point if you feel like it's necessary. Anybody?
There's hotlines for that.
You have Google. You fucking stupid
Everybody
asshole.
has Google.
Not everybody.
I feel like Google's not even a privilege now.
In America, it's certainly not.
It's like Google's a right.
I'm just saying, like, think about this, right?
Like literally, Google has to be a right in the U.S. because everybody, like you ask somebody something, they go, fucking Google it.
Right. Right. Well, like, think about this, right? We live in a country where you can get, and I'm not saying it's going to be a good one, but you could get a smartphone for $20.
Yeah.
Right.
You can get you can get on the internet for $40 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Even cheaper, probably. Oh, yeah, free Wi-Fi at McDonald's.
I was just about to say, if you go to McDonald's or Wawa,
mm-hmm.
free Wi-Fi. You could access the internet in our country for $20 a month.
Somebody will give you their old phone.
Right. Right.
Like, not getting on the internet is not an excuse these days.
Right. And that's why you should listen.
That's crazy.
Right.
Because back in the day, you used to, like, I remember back in the day, like, thinking about something at school and trying to remember to look it up when I got home.
So I was thinking about this the other day. Obviously, you remember Fairly Odd Parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember how back in the day, Timmy would always say, "To the internet!" Shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what the internet was in those days.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have a computer until I was like 12 years old.
You personally, or just no one had a computer in your house?
No, I didn't have one. No, well, anyone in my house.
Okay.
So, like, I didn't know what the internet was. I knew that it was, like, a thing where you could look stuff up and, like, check things out. But, like, the internet's every fucking thing. You know what I mean? It's so all-encompassing as far as that shit goes. And I had no idea. You know what I mean? I was so fucking clueless.
Well, back then, though, at that same time, too, you used to Google something and you might not get search results.
Sure. Well,
now,
I wouldn't know. I wasn't there.
You're going to get search results.
Right. You could Google fucking Jeff Foxworthy fucking rhinoceros anal, and you're going to get something.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You could type in F, and you're going to get, like, yeah.
Oh, you're going to get, hold on.
It doesn't have to be a full sentence.
F's going down. We're going to see the number of search results we get for F.
You used to literally have to type something, like, fully in. Or, oh, I remember back in the day when you used to have to literally know the web address you're trying to find.
Oh, yeah.
Like, remember that website.
Yeah, that's the dial-up fucking Bill Gates shit. So if you just search F, the first thing that comes up is Ford Motor Company and their stock.
Yeah, that's their ticker symbol is F. That actually doesn't surprise me. Well, let's go down the bottom.
They don't actually tell you, like, you remember how back in the day,
results.
I was going to say, remember when you used to look it up and it would tell you how many there are?
It might do it on the computer.
Fair enough.
Oh shit, we're running out of time. We didn't even talk about Dan Bilzerian going fucking broke.
Well, we got like 5.
If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast for free. Let me explain.
Listen, there's creation tools that will allow you to record and edit your podcast directly from your computer or your cell phone. Anchor will distribute your podcasts on platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Stitcher, and more.
You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Best for beginners.
Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today.
And enjoy the show. Crack a can. He's broke. He's just fucking broke. No, I'm just kidding.
He's getting there real fucking fast, dude.
I mean, bro, what do you need to live? Like, fucking couple million, really? So, like, he's got, like,
that makes me question what he's got left in his trust fund. Like, as far as for his own personal. So, if you don't know about his trust fund, I recently found out about it. So, Dan Bilzerian's father is a apparently notorious Wall Street con artist or something to that nature where he was
he was Wolf of Wall Street.
He was doing cocaine off bitches' butts.
No, he was, well...
Oh, I'm jealous. No.
Looking at how old he was, he probably was friends with, what's his face?
I never saw that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never seen that movie.
You need to watch, and you need to watch the interview with him.
I was going to say the interview. Isn't that the movie about fucking Kim Jong-un?
No. No. Watch the interview with this guy. Why can't... Jordan Belfort.
I know that name.
Because he was a con man in the fucking stock market.
Oh, yeah.
The fucking Wall Street.
The Wolf of Wall Street. Right
yeah.
Now. We got an episode coming up on him.
Yeah.
And his dastardly
We should talk about Jordan Belfort one episode. That'd be pretty cool.
I feel like we got a lot of, like, fringe topics to talk about that don't necessarily have to do with current news. So, like, if maybe one day we don't have current news, we could do a couple fringe things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That could be interesting.
Be prepared for our randomness. Which, as of course, you should always
I think we need a Why is Joey Diaz awesome episode.
A whole episode? I could roll
we could probably do 2 fucking part episode.
Oh, man. You don't have to do that to me, bro.
But Dan Bilzerian, his company reported that they made money last year, but they made money from selling their stock out. Like
it was $9.5 or $6 million.
That's just off sales.
They made 9.5 or 6 from sales. That was their total
and they
number
spent
of
$42 million on fucking marketing.
Way more than that. If you were adding up I know that's on marketing. If you were adding up those numbers, they were talking about like buying fucking cars for their showrooms and shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if that technically falls under the classification of marketing.
Yeah.
But I noticed they had a Shelby Cobra. And I can tell you, if it doesn't fall under that category...
Isn't that only a kit car, too?
No, not...
Do you call it a Chevy Cobra?
Shelby.
Oh, okay. I was like, whoa.
You had me fucked up for a minute.
Whoa.
I was like, what did I say? It's a Mustang. Actually, technically, when they first came out, they were just Shelby Cobras.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stealing this again. And
that one, technically.
Right. The original cars, which are worth... So they're like almost entirely aluminum, and they're from like the late 70s. I'm sorry, late 60s, early 70s or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're like...
It's before 66.
Right.
Because 66 when the first Mustang came out.
64.
60, yeah.
64. A 1964 and a half.
Yeah.
was the first Mustang.
Yeah, and then 65 was the
For real first year.
Yeah, and then there was
Almost
66
no
is what I owned at one point.
You had a 66?
I had two 66s, yeah.
No, that's
the straight 6 and the 289 V8.
Oh, man, you missed out on that straight 6, bro.
I missed out on the 289.
No, bro, straight 6s.
No, fuck that straight 6 because that car was a fucking brick.
I'm just saying, bro.
There's no question.
The only reliable engine that Ford ever made was the straight 6.
No, yeah, don't get me wrong, it was a reliable engine for sure. But the 289 was a great engine too.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah, the 289 was a great fucking
What
engine.
was it, a V8?
Yeah.
A 289 V8. That's small, huh?
Yeah, it was really small, yeah. But the straight 6 is smaller.
Pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. The straight 6 is way smaller.
But that thing's a tank, so like it needed that 289 back there.
Dude, they would put straight 6s in anything back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
We got so off the topic of Bilzerian, but
but he loves cars, so it's okay.
That's straight. Yeah, I agree with that. Maybe we should make a cars episode too.
I don't know. He has no reason to be broke, but at the same time, I mean, I see why though. Like, dude, like he had no business experience. He sucked at everything he did. He had a bunch of money. He did what he did best, which was fucking show off.
I think
and it worked out for him for a little bit, but now he's probably getting tax fraud because he doesn't know how to do taxes and doesn't know how to spend money correctly.
So hear me out here. I'm not fucking standing up for the guy. I kind of think he's an idiot now that I know all the things I do about him. I thought he was cool before, and I still think he's cool now in the sense that, like, you know, he's trying to promote his business, right?
Mm.
And what promotes business these days crazier than fucking just the craziest shit? This guy's got guns. He's got women everywhere. He's got parties going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that's, you know, the greatest things in life are those things, but that's what promotes shit. And if you think otherwise, you're fucking crazy.
And we're also not accounting for the fact, though, that he might even just be able to drag this, like, fix this all with his own money. We don't know what his own money is versus business money.
I don't know, but
probably jack shit, to be honest.
Probably not as much as we would hope.
Yeah.
Not hope, but we would think, being that, you know, he went, if he made $9.5 million last year in sales and went half as in debt as we understand, he's like $38 million in the hole from last year. You know what I mean? And that's fucking nuts, man. Dan, we wish you the best, dude, but you got to make better business decisions. I said that.
Fix your shit, bro.
Right?
But, you know, whatever. More wealth for us. The more he spends, the more money goes into circulation to the economy for us to make.
Buy an Elon Musk flamethrower.
The more millionaires that go broke, the better for us.
Well, that's all right. So, random crazy topic. I agree with that. But in a top 1 percentile's lifetime, 80% or something around 80% will go below the 1% within their lifetime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So the system doesn't work. Like, people are like, this person stole wealth. It's not how it works, motherfucker. You know?
Whatever. Fuck it. Yo. Great episode.
Great fucking one.
Shout out to our followers. Shout out to our listeners. Thank you. It's been a great year.
It sure has.
We're never doing this again. It's over.
That's it. This is the last episode.
We're done. It's a wrap.
We're calling it like Khabib, number 29. JKLOL.
This shit show's done with. Nah. On some real shit, though. We'll catch you next week on the next episode. It's been real. This was Jared and Pushy on Crack a Can. Boom,
we hope you cracked the motherfucking can, bitch.
Yeah. You better have cracked a can. If you're 21 and up, you better be drinking beers with us.
If not, crack some Vienna sausages. Or soup. Any kind of soup. We love soup.
Broke boy food. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. It's down in the description below. Peace out, motherfuckers.